The Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905, was a pivotal conflict in the early 20th century that reshaped the balance of power in East Asia and had far-reaching consequences for both Russia and Japan. It marked the first time an Asian power defeated a European empire in modern warfare, signaling a shift in global geopolitics and inspiring nationalist movements worldwide. Background: competing ambitions. The roots of the war lay in imperial rivalries in East Asia. Both Russia and Japan sought to expand their influence over Manchuria and Korea. Russia sought warm water ports on the Pacific, particularly Port Arthur, and aimed to expand its influence in Manchuria. Japan aimed to secure Korea as a protectorate and maintain regional dominance, viewing Russian expansion as a direct threat. Diplomatic negotiations failed as both nations refused to compromise, leading to a military confrontation. Outbreak of war. The war began on February 8, 1904, when Japanese forces launched a surprise attack on the Russian fleet at Port Arthur, before a formal declaration of war. The attack demonstrated Japan's modern military planning and naval capabilities. Russia, caught off guard, struggled to respond effectively, hampered by logistical challenges and internal political weaknesses. Major battles. 1. Siege of Port Arthur, 1904 to 1905. Japanese forces besieged the heavily fortified Russian naval base at Port Arthur. The siege lasted almost a year, featuring intense artillery bombardments and brutal infantry assaults. The fall of Port Arthur in January 1905 was a major psychological and strategic victory for Japan. 2. Battle of Mukden, February-March 1905. One of the largest land battles of the war, involving over 500,000 troops. Japanese forces outmaneuvered the Russian army, forcing a retreat and heavy casualties. 3. Battle of Tsushima, May 1905. A decisive naval battle in which the Japanese fleet annihilated the Russian Baltic Fleet as it sailed halfway around the world. The battle established Japanese naval supremacy and demonstrated the importance of modern naval power. Outcomes and consequences. For Russia, the war exposed weaknesses in the Russian military and government. Defeat contributed to political unrest and the 1905 Russian Revolution, shaking the monarchy. Russia lost territorial influence in East Asia, including southern Manchuria and Korea. For Japan, Japan emerged as a major world power for the first time. Gained recognition for its control over Korea, formerly annexed in 1910, and influence in southern Manchuria. Boosted national pride and military prestige, inspiring other Asian nations to challenge Western powers. Global impact. The war challenged the assumption of European invincibility, shocking the world. Demonstrated the effectiveness of modern warfare technology, including heavy artillery, machine guns, and naval strategies. Set the stage for alliances and tensions that contributed to World War I. Significance. The Russo-Japanese War was more than a regional conflict. It was a turning point in global history. Marked the first time an Asian power defeated a European empire in modern warfare. Showcased the importance of modernized armies and navies. Triggered political and social change within Russia, influencing the events leading to the Russian Revolution of 1917. Elevated Japan to the status of a major imperial power, capable of challenging Western nations. The Russo-Japanese War of 1904 to 1905 was a landmark conflict that reshaped East Asia and reverberated across the globe. It highlighted the decline of Imperial Russia, the rise of Japan as a world power, and the transformative nature of modern warfare. Beyond military victories and defeats, it set the stage for political upheaval and the new world order of the 20th century, demonstrating that ambition, technology, and strategy could overturn centuries-old assumptions about global power.